Here is the Bctv local and African news summary for Thursday, October 2nd. Discussions at a recent National Elections Commission workshop on political parties and campaign finance regulations are expected to help promote transparency and accountability in Liberia's elections. The Supreme Court of Liberia has halted an arrest order against former Justice Minister Frank Musadin in the ongoing dispute over a 53-carat diamond. A military court in the Democratic Republic of Congo has convicted former President Joseph Kabila of treason and war crimes and ordered his arrest. The National Elections Commission of Liberia, the NEC, has concluded a two-day workshop on political parties and campaign finance regulations at its headquarters in Monrovia. The forum brought together NEC commissioners, senior managers, and political party representatives who stressed the need for ongoing consultations to strengthen compliance and understanding of campaign finance rules. Closing the event, NEC chairperson Davietta Brown-Lansana hailed the discussions as productive, noting they will help promote transparency and accountability in Liberia's elections. The workshop was organized in partnership with the EU, the European Partnership for Democracy, and the UNDP Liberia's office. In Buchanan, Grand Bassa County Security Council's September sitting drew national and international attention with the participation of UNICEF Country Representative Andrew Brooks and senior officials of Liberia's Ministry of Education. A statement from the county administration said the meeting, chaired by Superintendent Cora Johnson, focused on combating drug abuse and advancing the government's Back to My Classroom program, which helps out-of-school children to return to school and obtain birth certificates. Superintendent Johnson described the absence of children from classroom as a national security concern that threatens Liberia's future. Officials say the collaboration sets the stage for concrete strategies to protect young people from illiteracy and substance abuse while strengthening national security and social growth. In more local developments, the Press Union of Liberia, the PUL, on Tuesday marked its 61st anniversary in Monrovia, with its president Julius Kanuba declaring the union stable and strong. He praised journalists nationwide but raised alarm over rising attacks and harassment of the media under President Joseph Boakai's administration, urging government action to protect press freedom. Mr. Kanuba also announced plans to reactivate the National Media Council to address ethical disputes, launch a welfare assessment for journalists, and revive efforts to construct long-delayed PUL headquarters. The press union president called the milestone a moment to reflect, unite, and push forward for a stronger press in Liberia. The Supreme Court of Liberia has halted an arrest order against former Liberian Justice Minister Frank Musadin in the ongoing dispute over a 53-carat diamond. The order, issued by Associate Justice Jimzetta Wolokoli, suspends all proceedings until October 16th conference. Mr. Dean and 5 others had been ordered jailed by Judge J. Boyma Konto, accused of colluding to deprive minors of ownership of the diamond. The stone, found in Mapulu County, was earlier ruled by the court to belong to 2 minors, though Mr. Dean argued it was state property due to an expired license. The case has raised sharp legal and political questions as the battle over the diamond's ownership continues. You're listening to the Bctv News Summary. In Kinshasa, a high military court has convicted former Congolese President Joseph Kabila of treason, war crimes, and conspiracy with Rwanda-backed M23 rebels. Kabila, who ruled the Democratic Republic of Congo from 2001 to 2019, was sentenced to death in absentia and ordered to pay more than 33 billion United States dollars in damages to the state and the Kivu provinces. The court also issued an immediate arrest warrant. Kabila, whose whereabouts remain unknown, has dismissed the charges as politically motivated, while the government accuses him of aiding rebels who seized key cities in eastern Congo earlier this year. His immunity was lifted in May, clearing the way for his trial that began in July. And finally, the Business Insider Africa website reports that Africa has been hit hardest by debt distress in recent years, with countries like Ghana, Zambia, and Ethiopia already defaulting on restructuring loans. The IMF warns that more than 20 African nations are now at high risk as debt repayments swallow large portions of government revenues. Unlike richer economies that borrow in their own currencies, most African states rely on dollar and euro loans, leaving them exposed to rising global interest rates and currency declines. The mounting debt crisis is forcing African governments to cut subsidies, raise taxes, and seek concessional financing from institutions such as the African Development Bank and the IMF. The weather forecast for Thursday, October 2 in Jedebo River G County. Thunderstorms likely. The high will be 83 degrees with a 100% chance of rain. The sun sets at 6:22 p.m. The currency exchange rate is 181 Liberian dollars to 1 United States dollar. To summarize, discussions at the recent National Elections Commission workshop on political parties and campaign finance regulations are expected to help promote transparency and accountability in Liberia's elections, the NEC says. The Supreme Court of Liberia has halted an arrest order against former Justice Minister Frank Musadin in an ongoing dispute over a 53-carat diamond. And a military court in the Democratic Republic of Congo has convicted former President Joseph Kabila of treason and war crimes and ordered his arrest. That's the Bctv news summary up to the minute.